Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And my name is Hosan Kim of South Korea. First of all, thank you for Linda for moderate this session. And yeah, and I'm very happy to share our team's project to you guys. Our project is Seoul Museum Week 2013. We think that it's an attracting program for celebrating International Museum Day. And have you ever visited Korea, or have you ever visited Korean museum or heard of the museum in Korea? Oh yes, we have several big museum like National Museum of Korea, operated by governments, and also we have some Lium, operated by Samsung. But 39% of the museum in Korea is a private museum, and the museum policy and environments has been changed in these days in Korea. For this reason, small and private museums are seeking their new role. They should seek new roles in museum itself, and also also in the near community. Well, as 2012, South Korea had 743 registered museums, including 107 museums located in Seoul. To be specific, 10 is national, and 63 is private, 23 is university museum. One of the noticeable feature of Korean museum is they achieved sevenfold growth in just 2 decades, like this. It's look like some compressed development of economy of Korea, and number. And the number of the private museum in particular rose from 28 in 1993 to 289 in 2012. It's because contributing to the increase of its total number of museums in Korea. This increase of private museums can largely from the encouragement to art collector to establish a private museum under the Museum and Art Gallery Support Act in 1992. The problem is that there is a lack of collaboration among the museums behind such fast growth. To date, the most representative collaboration project of the Seoul Museum Association was a coloration exhibition in one particular place, like this photo. Other programs did not turn very well. The reason for such poor cooperation are that the private museum in Korea were founded by arts collectors who have very strong pride, and there was unclear objects what to achieve through the collaboration among museums. On the other hand, Seoul citizen found the annual museum week to be nothing special except for a free admission in this season. None of the museum had ever tried to provide any special experience in certain period, and other than they just provide existing program and free admission. Yeah. Thus, this year, the Seoul Museum Association and my team made a new plan for a Museum Week event using the internet and gamification techniques. The organization formed a network of 24 museums in Seoul as a single group on the internet, and encourages a visitor to Seoul 24 mission at the 24 venues during 7 days. It's 18 to 24th of May. This project aimed to offer a special museum week to the citizen and to give a new chance of an online network development to the Seoul Museum Association, and try to give a start of new kinds of museum to each participating museums in Korea, in Seoul. And to begin, before we talk about our program using gamification technique, I'd like to define some technical term of of this program. I believe some experts know about the gamification, but some other people are confused to gamification and game theory, like some Nash equilibrium. Gamification is an emerging term referring to the functional use of game. Gamification takes a new approach of attributes of the games in other areas to maximize their effects and benefits. Although there are many definitions about the gamification, we decide to adopt the theory of the J comments on the 7 elements of like this: point, level, leaderboard, and badge, quest, onboarding, and engagement loop. Yes. Yep. And we are after that, my team established 3 goals and 3 action plans to achieve a successful Seoul Museum Week. First goal is how to encourage visitors to complete the mission in the exhibition hall. And our action plan of that goal is to create quests where the players can find the answers in the exhibition hall. The next goal is how to collect data of people's experience on the web. And our answer is, our solution is to allow browsing the people's photo and stories of the museum week on online. And the third goal is how to encourage all of Seoul citizens to participate. Our answer is we try to join and try to participate as many scattered museums in Seoul as possible. And this system was established, as I mentioned, this system was established based on the 7 gamification components set by Jacoman from the design stage. Based on the premise, the player have visiting experience at museum, and system. And the system excludes just one thing, just process of onboarding for newcomer, because I believe my team believe that people already have experience to museums, so we don't need any stage of onboarding of a gamification component. We have and for points and points. We realized points as there is 2 types of question for adults and for children per quest, and the player can get a points when they solve the problems. And the component of level, the player can check the museums with quest, accomplish it and the others and via email. And the badge and leaderboard, we try to realize this component as is that the player can take the souvenir photo after completing the quest per museum and keep the badge of the photo. And then the component of quest, we as a realizing method, it's each of the 24 participating museums sets individual mission as a quest. And also we have some engagement loop to complete, to promote, to complete this mission. And yes, this flow chart is system design of our program. As you may know, one of most important factor of museum is visitors' experience of visiting the museum. And all participating institutions page was designed the program based on the same fundamental structure of the three factor of expectation and experience and the satisfaction. And each museum provide individual mission to visitor in order to give some every new experience. This is a customer journey map of our program. Visitors use the system through the above process at a kiosk, and this kiosk is installed in each museum where the hardware is also installed. And also this web-based system connected 24 museums in one single program. Now I will show some capture of screen capture of program, and visitors could read the explanation. It's the first. Let's see. Yeah, it's first page of our system, and participant can choose the specific museum among the 24 museums where he or she visited in this screen, and visitors could read some explanation about that museum, and the participants of the museum week should leave their email address and optional password to check the quest accomplishment. And he or she can check the museum with quest accomplishments and the others accomplishments via email wherever he or she connect internet. And there are two kinds of questions, one for kids and the other for adults. When we designed this system, one of my colleagues said, do you have any method to avoid some sly adults' behavior to choose the easy questions? Everybody knows that a question for kids is more easier than the adults. Well, instead of putting additional process to check the visitor's age, we try to believe human nature is good. Yeah, it's fundamentally good. Yeah. And there is after choose mission, it showed some question and answer. And in this page, after checking the questions, a visitor try to find the answer in the exhibition hall. And after that, he will type the answer and take some photo as a gift. And this is it's our printer to connect our system. And also we give some other gift to visitor, to our participants, like some this paper toy, and one of our visitors make some sign to using this paper toy. And this is photos of system and participants, and other potential participants could check other people's behavior in this system. And we also make some we also prepare extra gift which sell $150 to promote constant visiting on the basis of the engagement loop. It's a gamification term. In the other word, it means that if the player completes over 5 quests during the seven days, he or she will be a candidate to earn the extra award, except some photo and paper toy. Yeah. Above all, anyway, it was I and my team have some hurdle to complete this program. It was difficult to reconcile the interest of ET Museum about this program, about this program, and convince the museum of needs of this program, because it is the first trial program operated by 24 institutions with different goals, and it is also very difficult to coordinate different interests and the request of each museum. Some museums they reluctantly participate in this program, although they disagree with the need of this program. But yeah, and in some institutions, the staff, like a curator and educator, they are very happy to accept this program, but the directors was unwilling to use and willing to join this program. Another issue of the hurdle of this program is the program's operation is that about 20% of the museums had not been equipped with the basic infrastructure for system, say installation, like some internet, electric cable, something like that. Yeah. This chart is our total estimate of our program. We spent $63,000 to complete this program. Yeah, we spent $13,000 around $13,000 to building this system, and we spent over $35,000 to buying equipment and installation in the 24 spots, and we buy the $10,000 for gift, and we have some we spend around $3,000 for print material and something like that. Yeah. Some of our members already know him, Tim Berners-Lee, the inventor of the World Wide Web, mentioned that World Wide Web is designed to find any answer by connecting people living across great distance. However, there have not been any attempt in Korea to find the museum's visiting experience by sharing their comments in online. In this regard, I and my team think that this program is valuable. Yeah. This new concepts of new museum network brought many positive results in Korea and Seoul. Over 10,000 people visited the museums in the network, and 53 people visited more than 5 museums, even though the participating museum was scattered all over the city. And also, we collected over 1,000 stories from the visitors to the museum, and also over 70% of participating museums wanted to keep the gaming system in the future. Yep, we will. I and my team will try to find a new way of museum in Korea, and their changing approach to community and the public through the technology. And future, we trying to find more way to develop our works. First, it's changing situation of private museum with local community. Yes, and the second, the second work is we try to find the role of curatorship in story archiving of museum. Curatorship is getting more important, not only in museum exhibition and collection, but also collecting museum stories as data. Previous archiving projects has focused on only resources for a museum collection, but curatorship in data collection is getting more we believe it's getting more importance in big data system. Thus, we try to find we try to find any good way, a good solution of story archiving of museum. I'm sorry. Yep. We believe that we hope that this paper will contribute to the promotion of innovation in small museums in other countries. Yep. Thank you.